Hello, America. I'm back again. And as you saw in the last video that I posted the other day, that I'm running for President of the United States in 2016, so I'm hoping you'll vote for me. Today, I just want to talk a little bit about the economy of this country and the current situations, and maybe a couple of ideas to throw out there to see what you think as America. One of the things that has always troubled me is, politicians have always had their own agenda, and whether it's the White House or the Congress, everybody's always had their own agenda. My thing is we need to help everybody. So one of the things that I've been really thinking about, and it's kind of interesting. I actually had this thought about 4 years ago, to be honest with you, and then of course what happened this past year, it kind of came to fruition to confirm what I had suspected all along. One of the things that we lack here is a consistency. And what I mean by that, gas prices, I think, are a perfect example of that. We can jump from $1 to $2 in one calendar year, which is absurd. As your president, what I would do is number one, I would issue an executive order freezing regular unleaded gas prices to $1.50 a gallon. Now, hang on before you get excited, those of you who have stock in oil companies. What this will do is this will free up a considerable amount of money for the consumers to be able to use it to buy other goods, invest maybe some money, put some money away for retirement. It just gives people a better option. Now, some of you may feel like, okay, well, then how are we going to make up the tax on that gas? Well, number one, the tax on gas is ridiculously too high. But we would keep the premium unleaded and diesel at the price that it is. If that fluctuates, it fluctuates. But the majority of you Americans out there and myself use regular unleaded, I do believe. So why not give the majority of the country the break of $1.50, freeze that price at least as long as I'm in office, and I think that would benefit the consumers. Now, what we saw this past year is that gas prices took a plunge, and in many areas were down to about $1.43. And what that did, and myself included, it put more money in my pocket, which meant I was able to use it for other things to help benefit my family. I think that's very important, ladies and gentlemen, and I think that's something that is long overdue. I think there should maybe be a little bit of a tax hike when it comes to alcohol and tobacco. I also believe that states that have legalized marijuana, we should put a higher federal tax on that product. I'm not saying I'm against or for, but what I'm saying is that product should have a little bit higher tax to it, and that's where we can make up the ground. Also, in regards to the economy, one of the things that has troubled me also is that for years I've watched as companies have left this great nation and have gone to foreign lands, number one, because the labor is cheaper. Well, we need to get back to made in the USA, folks, legitimately made in the USA. And when we have companies going to China, Mexico, what we're doing, especially with China, is we're giving them the advantage and we're giving them the world market. That's a big mistake. We need to get these American companies to come back to this country. And my idea would be this: you bring your manufacturing back to this country, it gives us more blue collar and white collar workers, and we will give you tax free 10 years, no tax liability. Now, some of you may say, oh, that's ridiculous, but you want to know something? That's the same thing we offer foreigners who come over and open businesses. So is it wrong to give that to an American manufacturer? I don't think so. 10 years of free taxes, in other words, no tax liability, would guarantee workers that business, that manufacturer, will be in existence for at least 20 to 30 years. I've done my math on this. Some of these companies' taxes per year are in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, you go over a 10-year stretch and you're able to put that money away as far as, being used for the future. It's a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. It is a no-brainer. So that would be another step to help put America back to work, and it needs to be done sooner than later. What are the other things? I think that some of our goods that we're receiving from China and Japan, we need to open up more factories in this great country of ours that we can make the same product and we can make it better. This is the United States of America. We're not slouches here. We do have the technology, we do have the brains to do this. And I think we need to cut our buying of foreign goods or goods that are made in foreign countries. I think we need to get back to made in the USA, put more people back to work, Let's not make no mistake about it, folks. A lot of people, a lot of politicians today say, oh, the economy's on the upswing. Well, I'm not sure where they're living at, but the majority of people that I know, it's not that way. People are living paycheck to paycheck, and that's wrong. A lot of people that work for different companies, they want raises where it almost doubles their pay. That's not economically viable either, folks. I do think the minimum wage does need to be raised. But when you're talking about $15, $20 an hour, I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with that. But I do believe the minimum wage needs to be raised to at least $10 an hour. And that's across the board, regardless of what kind of job you're doing. Um, that's my kind of views, a quick view of some of the economics of this great country. I'll be back later on with some more videos regarding some other policies. Thank you very much for your time, and God bless the United States of America.